Well, Corey, thank you for talking with me. First off, congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been crazy. So
Yeah, how do you feel?
I feel awesome. It's been crazy because I feel like everybody on the show probably has this same feeling where we've been working so hard for this. And now that we finally get to see it on the big screen, and because like you're in the moment and you're doing it, but you don't know how it's going to be aired. So I'm just so happy that one, that I got to do this, and two, that people are loving it and is having really good feedback. So I just feel great.
Yeah, after it aired, what have people been saying?
It's funny because before the show aired, probably the number one artist that I get referred to a lot is Winona Judd. So that I got to do that song, it was just great because I just feel like it fits the puzzle piece for me. And then also, not only that, but I got to bring some little Corey pizzazz to it, doing my own original song. So that was great. That was kind of like a no looking back sort of moment. I was like, all right, we're here, we're going to do it, and we're going to sing it to their face, and hopefully they like it. And I'm really glad it paid off.
I love it. I want to talk more about your audition, but first, I want to start back in the beginning. Where did you grow up and how did you get into music?
Yeah, I grew up. I'm the second oldest of six kids. I'm born and raised like West Concord area. Went to school at Casa Manorville, but music really wasn't in the picture at all for me. We were like hardcore athletics. So I was volleyball, basketball, softball. I was all state in all three of those. Went on to play college softball. We won a Division II title. Like my two of my brothers, they wrestle for the Hawkeyes. One of them's in the military. Like everybody's so busy. So I've always loved to do music. I taught myself to play piano and eventually play guitar. But growing up, I would play piano all the time, but I didn't really have like a place to play. So my grandparents love music. They have this like little tiny country church. And it's in Bern, Minnesota. And yes, that is a town. But yeah, they would give me the keys to that church and I would go there and play piano and sing because no one really knew that I sang at all. So then when I went to college, my grandparents let me take their piano. It's like a really awesome Yamaha keyboard. And I got to take that to college. So then like I started singing like in front of my teammates and stuff. So they all knew I could sing. And then, yeah, then college sports wrapped up and then the world kind of opened up. And then I got to do music and like, it was just a lot of bucket list things. I wanted to songwrite. I wanted to learn to play guitar. So I picked up one of those, taught myself. So I really like what I do with my music because it's very much a Corey craft. I mean, because when you're self-taught, it's like you just kind of learn what comes to you. And I'm just so glad that the world enjoys it.
When did you decide you wanted to audition for The Voice?
I mean, I feel like auditioning for any TV show, like it's going to come across your desk at some point, like a thought that you want to do, whether it's for The Voice, American Idol, America's Got, whatever it may be. Um, yeah, so I kicked it around. I remember I did like a virtual call one time, and that was just like a yeah, and then I started songwriting. Oh gosh, when would that have been? That would have been a couple years ago. But then I started songwriting and I'm just posting videos on the internet. And I was at a point in my life too where I was a furniture salesman before doing music. And I had just gotten back from a sales conference and I was like, oh my gosh, they got me so hyped up to sell all this furniture. I'm going to be the best furniture salesman they've ever seen. Oh my God, it's going to be the best life ever. I think I'm going to put music to the side because I'm kind of giving up because there's really not a whole lot of resources in Southeast Minnesota for music. I mean, it's kind of like a deserted area in that sense. So, yeah. And then so I decided that was the route. And then a week later, I had a talent scout reach out via Instagram and he saw a video and I was singing a Chris Stapleton song. It had like 20 likes, maybe 200 views, something like that. It was so small. And he was like, hey, I'm a talent scout from The Voice. I would love to chat more with you about it. Saw all your stuff. You're amazing. And I was like, okay, first of all, Peter, this is a prank. You're not real. So whatever. But we got on a video call and it wasn't a prank. It was very much real. Yeah. And so that video led him to my page. And it was just me doing a lot of covers at that point, and a little bit of songwriting. And then during the process, so that was back in, oh Lordy, that would have been in February. And so that's when the process starts, where they're kind of like narrowing down who they're going to bring in for the season. And then I wrote my song about the Johnny Cash water tower thing, and it absolutely went berserk, blew up. It's like 16 million and counting and whatever. I don't know what the numbers are. Yeah, so then that happened in the process of it all. And then obviously people on your socials like, oh my gosh, you need to do The Voice, you need to audition. And it's like, I'm already in the process, but you can't say anything because it's like very hush hush. So it's like, oh yeah, great idea, wonderful. Yeah. And so it's funny because like I feel like before I got to the show, yes, everybody there is a singer, but I think one thing that sets me apart is like I'm also very much known as a songwriter, almost more than I am a singer. Not only just like writing what I sing, but the type of stories that I do tell. Because I love storytelling music. So I was really glad that I got to bring some of that to the show as well, to showcase for those. So it was kind of like an introduction. Like I got to the party, it's like, hey, for those who don't know me, I also love to write songs. Here's a little bit. So yeah, it all worked out great.
Yeah, the judge song. Did you know you were going to write a song for the judges going into it?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of an idea, and it was an idea that I wanted to do, and then we kind of got around to it, and they're like, okay, what is it going to be? What are you going to do? Because they made it very clear, like we like to have a lot of fun on this show. We like to pick fun at our coaches. Like, would you be up to doing that? And I was like, I mean, yes, but I got to think of a really good angle here because I don't want to like make fun of anybody. So yeah, and that was just one of those things. So it was kind of like it was funny because I was really practicing two songs for the blind. It's like, oh my gosh, I just hope I get a chair turn because I really want to sing this song for them. And then it was one of those things where it's like, hey, you know what? Like, because everybody goes on that stage. These coaches, they don't know who you are. They don't know anything about you. Like, they're simply sitting there listening for a voice. So it was like after the fact, it's how's it going to come up in conversation? Because they go, hey, it is your job to bring that up because you wrote it. The coaches don't know you; they know nothing about you. So if you're going to bring that song up, because usually they said our coaches are usually really open to ideas like that when people have like fun things to show or whatnot. So they go, it's up to you. So it was funny because when the coaches are kind of talking to me in my head, I'm like hardly listening. I'm like, how am I going to bring this up? How am I going to do this? Because it's going to be the one thing that sets me apart. So yeah, it was awesome. And so it was one of those things because I love writing story songs, and especially when it's a true story, like it just flies. So it was one of those things where we kind of came up with the idea. I was at work at the time. And I got so excited. So there's a video and kind of like an inspo for this. There's a video of Dolly Parton and she's on the Johnny Carson show, and she returns to the show because she kind of gives Johnny Carson a lot of her credit for her overnight success, as she calls it. So she wrote a song for Johnny Carson talking about being on the Johnny Carson show and whatnot. So when that idea got pitched to me, that's the first thing I thought of. I go, oh my gosh, it could be just like Dolly Parton and the Johnny Carson show. So I skedaddled home in my Toyota Corolla from work. And I wrote that song in probably half an hour, sent it because they were like, yeah, you can have the weekend too. I'm like, baby, we don't need the weekend. Like, it's in my head. It's happening now. So we did that, and yeah, they loved it, and they had to make sure everything was approved. Like if the chance came that I got to do it, because even when you get out there, it's not certain you have an audition. It's not certain anyone's going to turn. Like, it was really just something that I had up my sleeve if the moment presented itself, and it did. So I was really grateful.
I loved the Minnesota references.
Oh yeah, and, yeah, I love Minnesota. I'm born and raised there. If I can bring Minnesota into the picture, I'm gonna do it. And also too, I think a lot of what I do in my songwriting, I love to tell stories, and they're really not even about my life at all, but I love to put a little bit of myself into each song. And so it was like, this song is about me being on the show. So I'm going to throw Minnesota. I'm going to throw a small town in there. I'm going to do it all.
Was it emotional looking? Because you had all these photos of yourself growing up as well.
Yeah. So the way that The Voice does it before an episode airs, for the blinds anyway, which how they've been doing it this season, is they post a leak. And so I'm like, my fiance and I, we're ready to watch it on TV. And then I'm chilling, I'm hanging out, and he just starts screaming in the bathroom, oh my God, you're the leak, you're the leak. And I was like, what are you even talking about? And he comes like rushing out of the bathroom. And so I was the leak for the audition. So he sat down on the couch and he like started it. And I go, no, wait, pause it. Let's both sit down. Like, turn the lights off and everything, like turn the volume on this up. And so we watched it, and I just remember I got really teary-eyed watching it, and I just like had my hand over my mouth because I just couldn't believe it. Like, I was in shock. Just because you see the four chairs, you don't see the coaches looking at one another, like singing along. I had no idea Snoop Dogg and Niall Horan were like singing along and dancing, because you can't see them, because by the way, the chairs are massive. They're massive. So it was really cool to see that. And then like the song, seeing them throw some photos in from my childhood, I thought they did really awesome on it, and it just felt really bittersweet.
Speaking about your audition song, why did you choose the song you did?
I chose the song that I did because I love the Judds. I love old country. I'm very much an old soul when it comes to country music. So I love like, your Dolly, your Marty Robbins, Johnny Cash, Jeannie C. Riley, the Judds, all of those. And, and also I get compared to Winona a lot. So when that was my choice and we finalized that was the choice, I was really tickled pink. And yeah, and also that song is so great. Not only is it like a great story song, but it's a tough song to sing. It's very low and it also really gets up there. And then we decided I wanted to make some changes to because you only get 90 seconds to really showcase. So it's like, okay, we have to change the song a little bit because we have to show a little more, a little more spice in there. So yeah, I really wanted to make some changes to the song that could show more of my vocal range, but also stay close to the original and like kind of pay that due respect to the Judds. And I think we found a really happy medium in doing that. And, and the Judds, they're an artist that country fans, they really protect. So I was really eager to look at the feedback that people are going to say because they like to do them justice and for people to be like, you know what, I'm going to tip my hat to you is not an easy thing to do. And I was just really glad people enjoyed it because like I said, the Judds, like people hold them very near and dear to their hearts. So I was really relieved that people enjoyed it.
Did Michael Bublé ever stand a chance against Reba?
Uh, you know, it was funny because like as you go through, like, because they interview you before the show and whatnot, they go, "Oh my gosh, like, which coach do you want to work with?" And I'm like, anybody who turns their chair because I'm not beggars can't be choosers. I'm not picky. But yeah, I really showed up to LA wanting Reba to turn that chair. I mean, I think anybody with country music would want to, and honestly, she's not even just country music. She's an absolute legend. So yeah, I showed up to LA on a mission. I wanted Reba to turn that darn chair, and I got her to do it. And then everything else on top of that was just awesome, and even Michael turning his chair. Michael's amazing. He we also would have been a really great fit, but just the fact that I got to sing in front of those four icons, I got to meet all four of them. That you don't get to see that type of thing on camera. You get to chit chat, you get to make connections with them, and it was just the coolest experience. But I really did come out with the cherry on top, picking Reba as my coach.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is next?
Yeah. So what's next is, we buckle up, we get ready for the battle rounds on the show. So I'm part of Team Reba. So now you start to go head to head with people on your team. And yeah, you kind of dwindle down the bracket and you just see how far you get in the show, who's going to the finals. And it's just, we're taking it one round at a time. And yeah, and after I got home from LA, I taught, and my parents, because music is it, like I said, in our family is kind of really an afterthought. So for them to witness what I got to do out there, they were just like, you know what, this is your calling. This is something you need to do. So we sat down and we had, a lot of big conversations, and it kind of hit that point where it goes, you know what, if we're going to pursue this, we're going to do it now. So I quit my day job, and my fiance and I, we packed up the cars and we moved to Nashville. And it was just like the craziest feeling because you're doing it. And I haven't even felt like I've had time to truly process what even happened this summer of filming the show, like what happened, because it's just one thing at a time. And then you go into the business side of it. It's starting to build your team around you, whether that's like your manager, your attorney, having those conversations with those labels that have reached out. And it's just, it's one day at a time. We're doing it one bite at a time. And I'm just so grateful for all this to be happening. And I have such a good fan base and family and friends that support me in anything I do. And I'm just so thankful. But yeah, so what happens next? We're still figuring that out. I do think there are going to be some really big, fun things coming. But yeah, I'm just really excited as we navigate that road coming up.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for chatting with me. Congratulations to you. I'm excited to keep watching your journey on The Voice.
Yes. Oh, me too. Believe me, anything that you see on TV is also my first time seeing it. So it's fun. We're both going to be in for a surprise, I feel like. So